how Andy Uba 200,000 APC supporters were stopped. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. One of the most bombastic questions that arose from the fallout of the Anambra governorship election was the issue of the whereabouts of the 200,000 All Progressive Congress APC voters who endorsed Senator Andy Uba as the candidate during the party primaries. That question that has been sarcastically rehearsed and rephrased by APC critics was itself brought to the fore by Andy Uba and his rejection of the outcome of the election results last Thursday. The Andy Uba campaign, in articulating its rejection of the results, said, "It is inconceivable that there are candidates who polled over 200,000 votes in the APC premier election would be allocated a slightly above 43,000 votes by INEC." The campaign formed in a statement issued by Ambassador Jerry Ugoke. The reaction was shocking to many, especially as it was signed by Ambassador Ugoke, one of the most erudite legislators to have come out of Anambra State. The rebuttal of the results inevitably resurrected a question that smeared what was described as a primary that was not. Many remember that the Anambra APC primary turned into an issue only when Andy Uba, out of the 12 aspirants who were cleared for the primary, accepted the outcome of the primary. 11 other aspirants rejected the outcome of the primary, in which Andy Uba coasted home with 230,201 votes over 348,490 total votes supposedly cast in that direct primary. What was astounding in that primary was that Senator Chris Ngige and the 11 aspirants affirmed that the primary did not hold. However, the Governor Dapo Abiodun-led panel insisted that they conducted the primary, in which Andy Uba dusted every other aspirant with 66% of the vote. Remarkably, the election turned into a totally different ballgame for Senator Uba. With Governor Abiodun far away in Ogun State and a heavy complement of security men monitoring the new introduced BVA's machine, almost 200,000 of those who backed Andy Uba in the APC primaries were unable to exercise their franchise. So, Andy Uba may have had a point in claiming that his support base, which helped him in victory in the APC primary, was rigged out. Though Andy Uba lost out in Anambra, many who have followed the trend in APC direct and indirect primaries would not be surprised to report that the support which favored aspirants get in many elections are often missing in the main election. In 2019, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu defeated the incumbent governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, in the APC primary by polling 970,851 votes to the 72,901 credited to Ambode. However, in the main election, Sanwo-Olu polled only 739,445 votes, about 250 votes less than the score he got in the APC primary. Given the trend towards direct primaries, this is an ugly trend that needs to be checked in order to ensure that our democracy is built up to fully express the wishes of the party grassroots. Many are shocked that Andy Uba chose to resurrect what should have been buried, but the former political top player chose to bring further scrutiny onto his political past. Few would dispute the fact that Andy Uba is about or has been one of the most influential political operators in the country. He used this opportunity to make many men and penetrate institutions. As President Obasanjo's most trusted ally, he had a unique position of appointing people into positions who till today continue to repay him, even if it involves breaching the tenets of democratic culture. He was reportedly the one who appointed Prof. Chukwuma Soludo as governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. There are also many who credited him with the appointment of Professor Maurice Iwu as chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In the Senate, when many gravitated towards plush committees, Andy Uba got for himself the chairmanship of the Senate Committee on INEC. In the opinion of some, that option was simply to estrench himself in INEC. However, unfortunately, the structure and systems in INEC that may have been disposed to him could not obfuscate the truth of a newly introduced BVA's machine. Even more, another lesson from the Anambra election was that demystification of men and women of timber and caliber. As the Andy Uba campaign quipped, they had successfully ensured that the majority of powerful politicians in the state were won over to the APC. However, on election day, nearly all of them failed to deliver their polling booths to the APC. With the onset of electronic voting, the influence of such heavyweights that Andy Uba relied on is bound to diminish. It is unfortunate that despite the men and women that Andy Uba has successfully built, that the grassroots turned against him. The lesson from this is for other politicians to look beyond the big names and do things that will impact on the grassroots. That is where the power base is now gravitating to. Wow, wow, wow. Well, the election has come and gone. I do not understand why this will continue to be an issue. It's either he is taking it to court or he's not. The people has already made their choice, and the choice remains in the person of Professor Chukwuma Soludo, who is the ex-governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. However, the question he should be asking, the person he should be asking his question is himself. What happened that, people he gained the support for in the primaries now, at the end, on the D-Day, at the end, did not deliver. They did not really come out to, show their support for him by voting for him. That is the question only he and those involved themselves can answer. Nobody can answer it. The truth remains that the people of Anambra State has made their choice, and it should remain that way. An election should be free and fair and also reflect the will of the people, not just the will of who wants to be in government, but the will of the people. It is going to go a long way to correct a whole lot of things. Like a whole lot of things. It is going to go a long way. Okay? And this electronic voting, and I hope that as it has been, I don't know if it is being used, I don't know if it's partially, but I just pray it's a thing that comes to stay and that is totally used, come the next election, which is happening, in 2023. I just hope that it will be a thing of, that has come to stay, and the paper balloting, and is going to be a thing of the past. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.